A+ to our marketing department and all the volunteers that got that pulled off today. That, if y'all would have seen the number of buses that pulled up out front and getting those people in and in their seats by game time, A+ for those guys. I'd say probably a B- for us, maybe even a C. I don't think any of us feel like we played as well as we could. I'm not going to make reasons. I don't know. You can say the 10:30 start. You can say first game jitters, a lot of those different things. But the thing I like best is in the past, after a 30-point win, our group would have been high-fiving and moving on to the next one. But I had a lot of kids saying, yeah, but we turned it over too many times late. We were a little sloppy. We missed a few shots that we normally hit. Yeah, but. And I love that about the fact that that's where we're at. We're in that, yeah, but we still got more work to do. So anytime you beat a team that's returning 4 starters and got the expectations they do, you're happy with it, and we'll use the film and try to get better at the things we need to get better at.
I guess to start with, talk about Taylor Thomas. I mean, 21, I think they said that's a single-game record.
Well, right? I think 22. Shelly Wallace may have gotten 22. She was one short, and I'll be honest, I put her back in there to try to get it. I will always do that on rebounds, assists, or steals. I will never put a kid back in to break a record for points. But if you're working your tail off, like she was working her tail off to rebound, and you're close to something that nobody in the history of the school has ever done, you give them a shot. And I'll coach Ginger up better. Ginger's a freshman, and Taylor had a chance to get that last rebound, and Ginger snatched it from her. And I will coach Ginger better up to let Taylor get that one in the future. But Taylor wouldn't want it any other way than earning it. If y'all know that kid, she has earned everything she's gotten. She was a late signee. A lot of schools overlooked her. We were lucky, absolutely lucky, that she played for a former Lady Razorback, that when we got the job, she called us, and we got her. We're lucky. Because that's a kid that, what she's done for us, not only just today, but I'm really happy for her. She came back in the best shape of anybody we had. She won our beep tests. And for her to do that today, that was really pretty cool.
Any extra pressure on her to rebound with Kiara out and Oberg out?
Sure, and to not foul. Taylor's been a little foul prone. We can laugh about it because I'm saying it to her face. She's been a little foul prone in her past. But just a little bit of conversation. Hey, we need you to play really. And she had one foul. She turned it over and she fouled in the back court. And she pointed to her head immediately before I got on her. So she's maturing. But yeah, a little extra pressure. And they've got their strengths inside to do what she did, and only foul twice and defend was. She definitely had probably her game of her career.
When Amber was in here, she mentioned attention to detail on defense. What did you see defensively that they really need to tighten up on?
Well, just some communication things. And it was harder today than it is in practice because there was that steady hum of a buzz that y'all all still have it ringing in your ear. We missed some assignments. And some of that is on me because I don't give Coach Schaefer just a whole heck of a lot of time in practice to work on defense. I'm an offensive early guy, and as a result, sometimes we mess up some things. But I'm not disappointed. I know they are a little bit, but there's things to fix, and it's mainly communications of communicating with cutters and knowing responsibilities. It's a new defense for us. We're still learning the what-ifs. They put a little offense in that we hadn't prepared for, so they tricked us a couple times. But that's one of those buts I'm talking about, Alyssa. They said, yeah, we played good, but we've got attention to detail, some things we can really clean up. That's one of them.
Sorry, can you give an update on Kira and Destiny and maybe?
Yeah, a little bit. It's still with Destiny, hers is a wrist. So we'll see how that heals. It's one of those things that you don't know how fast the wrist is going to heal. We hope it's less than 6 to 8 weeks, but that's kind of the standard. Kiara's in a foot, and it's in an area that's going to be a lot to do with how much she can tolerate the pain that it's going to cause. There's going to be some there. She got the injection on Thursday. So now we've a day out. We'll probably take a look at that. She'll be out a couple weeks. But both of them were not in practice. They were non-practice related injuries and kind of just little freak things that happened on the exact same day, which was some bad luck.
Any other questions for Coach Davis?
Paul's got one coming.
Yeah. Just overall, do you feel like that they kind of got into some sort of a rhythm early on?
And then I took them out of it. That's on me. Amber hits 3 in a row, and I take her out because I had a plan, and I probably should have scratched the plan and see if she could make 4 or 5 in a row. Roe made a 3. Y'all know how it is too. Every time I get ready to sub for somebody, they make a 3. And it's like, I was going to put Michaela in for IT. IT made a 3. I was going to put somebody in for Lex. Lex made a 3. So I'll have to get in midseason for him too. I called a couple of plays that were wrong. I do think we found a rhythm in that third quarter. I thought we were really hooked up defensively. Obviously, you hold a team to 3, and thought we were moving the ball, getting the best shot. We cut our turnovers down. We turned it over 4 or 5 times late. I think we only had 2 when it was really kind of on the line in that second half. So, I think there was a lot of positive film in there. All right, let's do McNeese so y'all don't have to come back on. Are y'all okay doing that? Does that help y'all? We're going to keep doing it then because I want to make sure I appreciate the coverage and the prep. So whatever y'all need to talk about McNeese State, let me know. Did y'all prep for McNeese State? Yeah.
Did you like your starting lineup? I know you guys were talking about it heading into game
Yeah.
day, but with Michaela in there, did you like how that all flowed?
I did. Yeah, I did. And, sometimes, we sit around and we get really – and I'm into analytics. I'm really into analytics. I'm a self-confessed analytics guy. But sometimes you just got to go back with your gut. I think the analytics would have said that Lex might be better coming off the bench, finding more opportunities to shoot with that particular lineup. But – she's been a starter for us, and in an atmosphere like this, I went with my gut. So I thought they got off to a good start. And I'm not telling you I won't change at some point in time this year because we do have a little bit more depth and a few more pieces. And we'll see how everybody reacts. I won't be married to the same starting lineup as much as I have in the past probably, but I did like how it flowed. And IT's not back 100% yet with that. So you'll probably expect the same starting lineup on Monday night.
You gave an injury update on Kiara and Destiny. What about Jalen Mason?
Jalen's out of the boot, as y'all noticed. She's bouncing around, feeling good, but it's still not well, not even back into practice yet. I think we're anticipating maybe next week or the week after. Bahamas was kind of our standard, our benchmark that we were looking at when we went to Thanksgiving to see where she was at, to evaluate, see if she'd be back in enough shape to play before that. So we'll see how it continues to. It's a pain thing too.
Obviously, you never won injuries, but to have them at the beginning of the season and to maybe a couple of players that are big on your lineup, how much do you think maybe that'll help build your depth in your bench as you get into SEC play later on?
Opportunities are going to be there earlier for a lot of kids. You see Aaron for extended minutes. You get Marquisha in there for almost 8 minutes in her first game as a freshman. I think it could build our depth, not only for this year but for the future when we're going to lose a big class here in a couple of years. So, a lot of cool things we can do with it. Obviously, we'd like to have the veterans back. I think the thing we miss most is the leadership of 2 seniors. Kiara and Jalen, the kids that have been here for the 4 years. So we miss that on the floor. They can still do what they do in the locker room. They can still do it in practice, but it's just different. It's just different. So we'll have to count on some people to do some things on the floor, and I think it'll be by committee. I think the group, the chemistry between Amber and Chelsea is unique because they played together for so long, and Michaela being a freshman coming in, Taylor and Lex. So it's going to be fun to watch it come together. I don't have any idea how it's going to happen, but I think that it will.
I was going to ask about rebounding. With the shorter bench and looking at who you have there available now, rebounding is a huge thing. Right? It
is, and that's where Roe gives you, another guard that rebounds. And Chelsea gets 8 defensive rebounds. That can't go unnoticed. That's an improvement for her. And I would tell you, when she sees it on film, she probably only win about half the time. So if we can increase that number for her, not the 8 number, that's a good number, but let's go 75% of the time, and now that number is 10, 11, 12. And I think that's going to be key for us, be able to get stops so we can run. It'll continue to be a point of emphasis. Rokia helps it. Marquisha helps it. And then, obviously, with Taylor playing extended minutes at that level, at the level that she's at, we're not going to count on 21 rebounds tonight, but, you can count on 10 or 12.
Are you going to have to watch her minutes, with these games almost back to back to back?
I'll watch them in practice. I won't practice her as much. No, I'm going to play them. She may not get any reps in practice, but she'll be ready for the game. I learned that one a long time ago. I don't want to lose the game on Sunday in there in that practice gym against our guys' practice team. She'll set out. She'll get a long massage, and she'll watch a bunch of film and might get 1 or 2 reps. And that's the beauty about her being a junior now, is she doesn't need a lot of reps on the defense or on the offense. She knows the playbook inside and out. She knows what to do defensively. So we'll watch her minutes in practice and her reps in practice, just like we do with Chelsea and Amber. But as far as minutes go, we kind of want to see how long she could go tonight. I did that with Chelsea too. I didn't take Chelsea out at all until I took her out for good. I wanted to see how long, because she came back in great shape too. And, she went. I think she could have played the whole game. Both of them probably could have. Taylor got tired in that one little stretch there where she had like 5 attempted rebounds in a row because she was trying to get the record. But Shelly Wallace's record is safe for a couple more games.
Can you just talk about McNeese State and kind of what they bring to the table?
Yeah, they're going to be a little different than this group, a little bit more systematic. We're going to have to defend a bunch of screens, a bunch of actions, multiple actions. It may not be as high possession game, a little bit lower possession game. They're more guard-oriented. They don't have a 6'5" kid inside, so we'll look similar size-wise. But they're a team that traditionally goes on the road early in the year, so they're not going to be intimidated coming in here for sure. We've known their coach for a long time. She does a great job with them, and they'll come in here and give us a different type of test that we need.
Okay.
All right, we'll see y'all Monday.